Hello and welcome back here for episode 11 as we are continuing on towards that massive goal of getting to $10 million so that we can buy the ultimate farm. And we are a long ways away. We had started making some progress. We gotten all the way up to baby step 3, which was have $250,000 in the bank. And then we get all the way back to the starting point. So at the end of the last episode, we got back up to 100,000 from our first load of sugar beets. And I think we're going to make bank on this. So my goal for this one was going to be baby step 3 again, which is get back up to $250,000, but we're going to skip all of that. We're going to go straight for baby step 4, which was to get to $500,000 in the bank. So let's continue on with our harvesting here and see if we can make it to 500,000. And we are here with our next load, and this is going to get us up to $228,000. So yes, it is a good thing that $250,000 wasn't our goal. We're gonna hit that $500,000 and we're gonna beat it. I did want to say also as we head back to the farm that I'm messing around a little bit with the working with on the harvester, just because for some reason the GPS is not picking up the working with correctly. So I'm just kind of playing with it, trying to make it work. But let's get back here to harvesting the rest of these sugar beets and making bank, and let's celebrate by cranking up that music and having some fun. So I'm gonna hop in this tractor and we'll use this for hauling our trailer to the sell point back and forth. But also brings up another point here is we need a shed to park our sugar beet stuff in, and the shed we have the planter in is perfect for that because the sugar beet equipment is extra wide, so it's perfect for that. So we're gonna build another shed here so we have more room for our other equipment that's currently in there as we continue to expand our farm. And yes, I know we're spending money when we're trying to get to $500,000, but I think we're good. I think we're gonna have more than enough money. So let's go ahead and build this shed in here, put it in, and then we'll continue on with harvesting the sugar beets. I'll have a worker continue harvesting on with that, and then I'll do some carting while we get the rest of that field harvested. is starting to get pretty dark. So what we're going to do is get this trailer loaded up here, and then we'll move on to the next day so we can see what we're doing better, and then we'll continue on with harvesting the rest of this field. We are now in the first half of January, and there goes a whole bunch of money for, yeah, I know we have financed a bunch of stuff, but we're making money. So we're still in a good spot, even though we do have a lot, and I do mean a lot financed right now. So we will definitely want to work on that because it's not a good place to be in this much debt. But right now we're going to take this load over of sugar beets and get it sold and get some more money in the account. And then we're going to continue on with harvesting the rest of those sugar beets and keep pushing towards that $500,000. So two things, now that we're in January, silage is at a good price, so we want to try and sell that. Also, the sugar beets is worth a little bit more at the other sell point. So we're going to take it over there and just see if it is worth the drive, because it is a whole lot further away. And I'm not sure if it's worth the drive for how much more it's worth. So we're going to try it. We're going to test it out. We're going to see if it's if we make a whole lot more. I don't think we will. Well, our answer to the question is no. No, it is not worth the drive. And even though it is worth more, as you can see there, our worker is full, which means they're going to be sitting for a while because it is a very long drive to get back over there. And we did not make that much more. I think it was a couple $100 maybe. I'm not positive. It was not worth the drive. So we'll continue selling the rest of the sugar beets to the farm. But let's head back over and get to our worker and get them unloaded, because they're going to be sitting there waiting for a while because yeah, we have a bit of a drive. All right, this is the magic load that will get us over that $500,000 mark. And yes, we did it. We have made it. So we're going to keep going though, because we still have more sugar beets to harvest. And on top of that, we have some silage that is ready to be sold as well.
Please don't go.
this is it. This is the last of the sugar beets, and we made bank on this field. It was worth the creative financing that we did to get this field. Totally worth it. We do need to plow it up though, and we're gonna need to replant it, and I'm gonna put sugar beets back in it because they are a good cash crop. And yeah, you know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So let's continue with getting this all loaded, and then we're going to go ahead and put this equipment away, wash it, and then we'll get our sugar beets delivered and sold. And then we're going to also get the silage bales all sold as well, and see how close we'll get to that $600,000. Well, we're not gonna quite make it to 600,000, but we're close. And you know, if we hadn't put the shed, yes, I know we would be there, but we needed the shed. So we're in a really good spot with $572,000 in the bank. That is a lot better from where we were in the last episode, where we were pretty much broke. And yes, we're still in debt, but you know what? Things are looking up. We're starting to get a lot of money, and yeah, things are really looking up. So be sure and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified of future episodes, because I have a feeling things are going to start taking off in a big way here on our little contracting business as we are saving up to purchase the farm. Hello and welcome back here for episode 12 as we are continuing on towards that $10 million to buy the ultimate farm. Now we may change it up a little bit. We may say, hey, we can finance it. If we go down that path, we will have to pay off the loan. So either way, we're going to spend $10 million. If we finance it though, it's going to be $10 million plus a whole lot of interest, because that's going to be an insane amount of interest. Woo! I don't even want to think about that. But anyways, we're going to start in this episode with, we need to get the sugar beet field replanted, but it needs to be plowed. So yeah, we need to go buy a plow. So we're gonna head over to the store, pick up a plow, and get started on plowing up that field. We also need to mow our grass fields because we want some more silage, because silage is a good ongoing way to make money. It's going to be really helpful to us as we grow this business and pay on our loans, which have an insane amount borrowed right now between all the vehicle loans and the loans for the land. And at some point here, we need to start paying that stuff off. Yeah, we're paying a bunch of money every month, and there's a lot going on in the interest. But anyways, we're gonna head over and back to the farm, and then we're gonna get started on plowing up that field. We also need to fertilize it, then we're gonna plant it. So we have a lot to get done, and we may even do a contract or two. We'll see. But for now, let's crank up the music and get to the farm and have some fun.
There's not a reason why you should be afraid. I'll promise I'll be there when you need me to.
Well, before we get the party too started in here, we're going to pick up a planting contract real quick. It's right next to the farm. It'll be real fast, a small field, and we can knock it out. Just, some quick, fast money for us. So we'll go ahead and pick this up here. It is planting some sugar beets, which is good. We may end up buying that field because why not? Our two crops that we're doing we're doing three crops: silage, poplars, and sugar beets right now are kind of our main themes we're focusing on as we try to grow this business out. So yeah, we may end up buying that field at some point. Also, I did want to mention as well, if you have been enjoying this series and this video, be sure and hit that like button, and also leave a comment. Let me know. It really helps out a lot, and it is hugely appreciated. And with this contract all finished up here, we're going to head back to the yard, get the planter all parked and put away, and then we'll get a worker going with this tractor plowing up our sugar beet field. And it does kind of make me think I need to look into getting a second high horsepower large tractor so that we can do multiple things at once that require more horsepower than our little small older tractor can handle. So that's something we'll have to look into. We may have to get a new tractor here pretty soon. But for now, we're going to continue on with hiring a worker to get the sugar beet field all plowed up, and then we're going to hop in the old Steyr tractor and start mowing up some grass so we can make some more silage. But before we get started on the silage, we're gonna grab our fertilizer spreader and put down a layer of fertilizer on the sugar beet field, because I want to get it in now so that we'll be able to get our second coat in before the sugar beets get too large. Also, that way I won't forget to do it. That's the real reason. I don't want to forget. The grass is all mowed up here, so we're going to put this away, grab the baler, and get all of this baled up, and then we'll get those bales wrapped so we can start fermenting and getting some more silage. The wrapping is all done here, and if this tractor had more horsepower, I would have it get started on planting sugar beets, but it can't handle that. So we're going to instead get all those bales picked up. So we'll get started with getting this bale fork hooked up to this tractor with our front loader, and we'll get the pickup hooked up to our trailer and get those bales loaded up and put away, and then we'll go head over and check on the worker to see if they have finished plowing up this sugar beet field. So the worker is almost done here. They're working on the headlands now. So I'm going to go ahead and take over this from the worker, and I'll finish off the last of the headlands. And then we will probably pick up in the next episode of planting this field with the sugar beets. Hello and welcome back here for episode 13. And yes, it is snowing, but thankfully it is not sticking yet. So we have a lot that we want to get done quickly because I want to get a field planted, but first we need to collect on a contract that we finished in the last episode, but for some odd reason I forgot to collect on it. So that's the first thing up. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to start planting the sugar beets right away because I want to get that field fully planted before the snow starts sticking. And then when we're done with that, I also want to get it fertilized, so that way our field will be fully fertilized and ready to go. And the last thing we want to do in this episode is we're going to do another expansion, and we'll see where that goes. But yes, we're definitely going to do a little bit of expansion here as we continue to grow the contracting business. But for now, let's crank up the music and have some fun farming.
There was a time I used to look into my father's eyes. In a happy home, I was a king, I had a golden throne. Those days are gone, now the memories on the wall. I hear the songs from the places where I was born. Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said, don't you worry, was a time I met a girl of a
Well,
different
we are all done planting the sugar beets. Well, at least at this point in the video, I thought I was all done planting the sugar beets, but as we will find out a little bit, I did miss a little small chunk of the field. But we will come back to that in a little bit. For now, we're going to get this cleaned up, put away, and switch over to the fertilizer spreader and get the field fully fertilized.
reminded me of a friend. Upon a hill across the blue lake, that's where I had my first heartbreak. I still remember how it all changed. My father said, don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. See, heaven's got a plan for you. See, heaven's got a plan for you. See, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry
So right here, as I'm checking to see, hey, is everything fertilized? I realized, oh, there's like a gap there where I didn't plant the sugar beets. So yeah, we're gonna fix that. But before we fix it, we're gonna do our little expansion here because there is something I want to get. We've been making good money, and I want to expand a little bit. And part of that is I want to get a second planter. I almost wanted to get the same one, but got to thinking, let's get a one that might work better on some of the smaller fields on this map. So we're gonna pick up a second planter here, and then we will use that to finish planting the sugar beets, and we will finance it because I want to keep our balance on our account as high as possible. Additionally, we're also going to pick up a second tractor because as we kind of mentioned in the last video, there's been several times where we need another large high horsepower tractor. So let's go ahead and get that now, just so we can be able to do the contracts as they arrive, and the following months we'll be able to do multiple things at once, which is going to be a huge part for growing our contracting business and making the big money.
Just take a leap of faith, we'll find a way for you and me. Can look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again, I feel again, oh now
All right, so we're gonna repaint this tractor. And here is my logic. We're building a contract business. We want to stand out. We want our stuff to stand out, be unique, and kind of be of, advertising, marketing. That's what I'm going to tell myself here. But we're going to go with is this kind of purple and teal, or whatever color that is there. We're going to go with that on all of our equipment if it can be done. And just kind of a way of advertising when we're working out in the fields and all that, like, hey, when you see that color, it belongs to this contracting business. So that's my excuse for the colors, but the real reason is I just absolutely love it. And if you've seen my Skittle Farm series over on my main channel, you'll know this. But yeah, so that's my excuse though is it's a marketing ploy for the business. Yeah. All right. I don't even believe that excuse. but I'm going to use it. So let's continue on with getting sugar beets in the field, and then we're going to take a look at some more expansion possibilities for our business.
I'm throwing out what we made. The future's far away, but I will stay. Because I feel again. I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. We're picking up where we left off and on again.
So we have a need here, a need for another shed. I mean, we don't really, but we do. So we're gonna get one more shed, and I'm kind of hesitating a little bit here just because I could make it work with what we have, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the shed now because we have the money for it, and it just makes things easier if we go ahead and get it now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll this will keep us pretty much in a spot where we will be good to go for quite a while. We shouldn't have to do any more building of sheds. I'm gonna clarify sheds for a while. Now, once we do have the sugar beet harvest, you know, we get ready to do that, and our poplar, I do have some plans for putting in some stuff to help increase the revenue we get from those crops as part of growing our business. But that will be down the road. But for now, let's get this shed all built in here, get everything landscaped out, and then get our equipment moved over, parked away, and then we're gonna look at one more expansion for our business, or I guess in this case it will be for the farm. Like, this one's kind of farm part of business.
Carry all the weight, but I know that you're brave. Fight on, fighter. Don't let anyone steal your fire. Fight on, fighter. The spirit is alive inside you, yeah. There's a power that you hold, that you lock down. Let it breathe, give it wings, set it free now. Time to make your mark, break the prison bars, show them who you are. Fight on, fighter. Don't let anyone steal your fire. Fight on, fighter. The spirit is alive inside you, yeah.
So we got everything moved around, and you probably noticed I sold our mower and our windrow. The reason is we're gonna go big time on the grass mowing for contracts, and also just for, well, making more silage, because that is a huge money maker for us. Now let's go ahead and move on to February. Because now that we're in February, we have our final little bit of expansion here to work on. That is, we're going to buy another field, and because I want to expand the amount of grass that we're doing here. And as we can see, because there is a lack of contracts, we need more grass to make more silage. So we're going to buy this field here. Additionally, between now and the next episode, like we've done before, I'm going to deduct some money. It'll probably be about $5,000 to remove the separation on a little section here between this field and our farmyard, so we can easily access it. So I'll take out a small section of the fence, some trees, and open it up a little bit for us. Hello and welcome back here for episode 14, and we are continuing on here with our series of trying to get the $10 million to buy the ultimate farm. Now in the last episode we had bought a new grass field and we charged ourselves $5,000 for removing the fences, and I went ahead and also removed it from between this field as well. We're gonna go ahead and buy this field here so that way all three grass fields are connected together. We're not gonna mow them yet even though one of them is ready. I'm gonna wait for all three to be ready so we can mow them all at once and have them in sync. Now because that leaves us with basically nothing to do now, we're going to do some contracts because we now have contracts available. So we're going to start off with a sugar beet contract. Before we do that, I'm going to fix the color on our front weight, and then we're going to grab our sugar beet implements here, and I'm kind of discover something here that I didn't quite think about when getting this equipment. This does not work so well on these roads. So this is kind of leading me to think that if I want to do sugar beet contracts, because we can get to our fields fine, but if I want to do sugar beet contracts, which I kind of do, I'm going to need to swap this equipment out for something that can get around these roads better. So that's something we'll have to look at in the near future. Is we're going to need to swap out this equipment for something that can fit down the roads better, because this won't work. Also, I did try to use a worker to do the headlands, but that also did not work. So we're going to do the headlands ourselves, and then when we're done with that, we're going to pick up that other harvesting contract and hopefully make some good money between these two cons. But for now, we're going to crank up the music, have some fun, and also, if you've been enjoying this series and this episode so far, be sure and hit that like, and also leave a comment. Let me know what you think. It really helps out a lot, and it is hugely appreciated. So with the first part done, we've got the tops all removed. We're going to park this implement away. We're going to grab the actual harvester, and hopefully we'll be able to make it over there, because I think it is actually a little bit wider. So it should be a little bit more challenging to maneuver. And before we do that though, we're also going to grab our other tractor, and because we want to get everything on the same color theme, we're going to repaint this to my favorite colors as well, and help advertise the business a little bit. And as part of that, I think we'll get rid of the cowls. Even though that they do look pretty cool, but they just kind of stand out against the purple a little bit too much, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to get this repainted, and then we'll get hooked up to our trailer, because this is going to be, as I run over the weight, this is going to be a harvesting contract that we're going to pick up using this. And I would rather use our trailer because we do have a bit of an unrealistic capacity with it, which will allow us to do fewer trips on delivering the crop. gonna pull up this contract here and see that the corn is actually being delivered pretty much across the road at the farm. So we're gonna go ahead and deliver this, and then we'll go over and pick up our tractor and trailer, head back to the sugar beet field and get started on that as the worker continues on the corn field, finishing off this contract. So we have a load of sugar beets here. We're gonna deliver these, but it is a bit of a drive here, so we're gonna make a pit stop real quick, grab the other tractor from our other contract, get all the corn loaded into that, and we'll just use a follow me to go down to the farm, deliver the corn, and then I will continue on to the delivery point for the sugar beets. Now, in hindsight, if I had thought things through, what I should have done is taken this tractor that we're hauling the corn in back over to the sugar beets and load it up with the rest of the sugar beets so we can make just one trip to the delivery point for the sugar beets, which would have saved a lot of time because it is a bit of a drive. But again, that was in hindsight. First load of sugar beets is delivered. We're going to head back, grab the rest, and then drive all the way back here. Like I said, hindsight is a beautiful thing. I wish I had thought about that when I was recording instead of just now. Oh man, I wish I had thought about it then. Alright, let's start the long drive over to the sell point, get these sugar beets delivered, and collect our money on the contracts. Alright, we have made it over here, get this delivered, we'll get our payday, and then we're going to head all the way back to the farm, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the month of April because there's really no contracts that I want to do. The ones over there, and no, don't want to do those. So we're going to head back to the farm, and then we'll move on to the month of April, and by then our grass fields will all be regrown. We'll be able to mow them and build those up and hopefully get a ton of silage. And we are now in April here, and both our sugar beets and poplar fields are coming along beautifully. The grass field is all ready to be mowed, but again, if you remember, we sold our mower because I want to go big on the mower. So we're going to have to buy more. I'd hope to get it on sale because I put a request in to, for them to look for one on sale, but they haven't found one yet, so we're going to have to buy one new. But of course, we're going to finance it because I don't want to drop that kind of cash in on a mower, especially one as expensive as that. Now additionally here, we're also going to do another little expansion to our business and pick up another field because with it being April, I wanted to have a couple of poplar fields and kind of space them out about every 4 to 6 months or so, and we're kind of right around that time frame. So we're going to buy another field and then we're going to plant it with poplars. So let's grab our planter here. We're going to head over to the field, which right now is with canola. I had thought about harvesting this, but I don't want to because I don't have the equipment. So yeah, we're going to take out a loan though to cover the cost of the land because I want to keep our bank balanced to where it needs, where it's at. I don't want to get low on money again. We've been down that road. It's we'll just finance them, and as soon as we start getting some of the cash back from these fields, we'll start paying down our loans then. So we're gonna have a worker replanting over the top of the canola with our poplar, and yes, we're gonna write off the canola, but that's better than getting the equipment to harvest the canola and waiting for it to be ready to harvest. We want to get the poplar into the ground now. Now I'm going to start off with mowing the grass field here, and I will attempt to connect the baler to the mower, but I'm going to realize here that this baler requires a lot of horsepower, and our mower, even though it is a modded one, still does not have enough horsepower to both mow and pull that very power hungry baler. So we will go ahead and do the mowing ourselves, and then we'll come back and do the baling afterwards. All right, so I had thought, hey, we got, 2 more fields. I kind of thought, we may have, tripled, our grass. I was thinking like between 2 and this, because we went from, 2 small fields and we bought 2 other fields. So yeah, I was thinking like, 2 to 3x times. No, we're like probably closer to 4x, maybe a little more. So there is a lot of grass, which is going to be awesome. But this is going to take a while. So what we're going to do is we'll continue on mowing this. We'll pick it up and finish off mowing the rest of this field in our next episode. So if you have not already, be sure and subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified of the next episode, and I hope to see you then and hope you have a wonderful day. Hello and welcome back here for episode 15 as we are continuing on from where we left off in the last episode of mowing up our grass. And I had a thought that we could be using the follow me mod to bell up grass as we're mowing it instead of waiting. We could be doing multiple things at once. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to get caught up on all the belling for the grass that I have mowed already, and then we will continue on with using the follow me mod to mow and bell at the same time.
Now you're not here, you brought us down, I told you so. Oh, how I wish I didn't care that we were okay, that I could just erase, rewind, let it roll. Meet me back here next year, and I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding our way back is all.
All right, we are all caught up with the belling. So got the follow me all set up for that. So when we continue mowing, we'll continue belling. But we're gonna head over here because our little alert saying that our planter is out of seeds. So we're gonna head over here, refill that up with seeds, and then get back to replanting not replanting, but planting the poplars over the top of the canola. Now, some of you may have commented, I don't know, but I am realizing something here that I kind of totally forgot, but I believe we could have made some money from that canola field. And if you did leave a comment, well, you're probably right. I recorded both of these videos back in the beginning of September, so yeah. I'm not seeing your comments right now, and I do apologize for that. But yes, I do believe you can mow canola and you get straw from it, which then we could have built up and sold. If any of you have done that, let me know down in the comments. I don't know why. I had just forgotten that there are certain crops you can do that with. I believe canola is one of those. Anyways, we're gonna continue on here with the mowing, and regarding that, I think we will definitely test out this theory about the crops, because we're going to be buying some more fields here as we could start growing the poplar and sugar beet side of the business, because I have a lot of plans for that as we're trying to get the large amount of money to buy the farm. And all of it will come into play even more once we get the farm, because I have some awesome plans for that, which is why I can't wait to get the farm. We're just going to get the $10 million. So be sure and continue watching this series, and if you have not already, be sure and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified of future episodes. But now let's crank up the music and get back here and finish up the rest of this mowing.
Here in our old city, and I breathe the fresh air and feel good. Back at the spot where you first kissed me, I don't feel a thing, although I should. I learned my lesson last year, and now I'm fine again. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding our way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding our way back is all.
Mowing and belling are all done. So first thing we're going to do is grab our bell wrapper, get it properly color configured to match our business scheme. And then we're going to get out of here and wrap all of these bells. And we got a ton of bells, which makes me really excited because that means we're going to make some good money off of these grass fields. So let's get all these bells wrapped up and then we'll get them put away. And when we're done with all this, we're going to pick up some contracts because we're in April now and there are some pretty good contracts available for us to do.
If I could, oh, I would be a hero. Be the one who would take all the arrows, save you from the pain, carry all the weight. But I know that you're brave. Fight on, fighter. Don't let anyone steal your fire. Fight on, fight. now, time to make your mark. Break the prison bars, show them who you are. Fight on, fighter. Don't let anyone steal your fire. Fight on, fight.
So something I hadn't really thought about. We need narrows on this for doing the fertilizing contract, because otherwise we're going to destroy their field. So that's kind of making me think at some point, not yet, but some point down the road, we should look into having either a tractor or some type of machine that is dedicated for doing fertilizing contracts that has narrows. So that way we don't have to worry about on contracts damaging our, the fields. Also as well, if we have to do any fertilizing in our own fields, that would be good as well. So that's something in the future that we should definitely look into getting.
So don't ever stop, no matter what, 'cause you're gonna make it. Fight on, fighter. Don't let anyone steal your fire. Fight on, fighter. The spirit is alive.
So I thought about, hey, let's try doing dually narrows, because that way we can still use this tractor for a lot of the heavy work. But yeah, you see the problem? Yeah, I see it too. It's too wide for the roads. So that is not going to be an option either. So yeah, at some point we're going to have to look into getting a machine dedicated. I say machine because it could be a tractor, or it could be actually like a fertilizer spreader machine all in one. But we need to look into getting something where we can have narrows on it and it doesn't look weird like our tractor does, and it's able to get down the roads as well. So that will be a future investment for the business, just not right now though. Although that class does look like a pretty good deal, but right now though, we need to get a lime spreader, and the reason for that is our field that we just planted with the poplar that had the canola in it, it needs to be lime. The pH levels are low, so we're going to pick up a lime spreader here. We're going to use the Colossus just because it has a wider working width on lime, and I like it. And yeah, it's somewhat unrealistic, maybe a little bit, but yeah, we're going to use it. So let's get the planter here all parked away. We're going to switch over to the lime spreader and then get a worker going on liming that field, and then we're going to head over and do another fertilizing contract. So pro tip here, if you're going to hire a worker to spread lime on your field, make sure you put lime in said spreader before you start. Also, I made a mistake in the game here, so I had to hop out and hop back in because the lime loaded is black, and I know exactly what happened, but I fixed it. Because you may have noticed I used a lot of custom textures and stuff from to improve the visuals of the crops and the game and everything like that, just to make it look better. And I had, for some weird reason, loaded in an FS22 lime texture instead of the FS25 one. I don't know. Stuff happens, okay? But we got it all fixed, so we're gonna head over here and work on these fertilizing contracts so you can pick up some more money, hopefully some good money, as our worker finishes liming the rest of the field now that it has actual lime in the spreader. So we did finish all of those contracts. We're gonna collect the money on those real quick, and they paid pretty good. There's also a bell wrapping contract there for $11,000, and I kind of want to pick it up, but I'm just kind of questioning about how to access that field. So we're gonna head back over to our farm, and I'm gonna fix the color scheme on our fertilizer spreader because it is the wrong color scheme. We need some purple. Anyways, we're gonna fix that. And additionally, I'm gonna take a little journey with our other tractor that has the lime spreader and see if I can locate the entrance to that field that has the bell wrapping contract, because I think I know how to get there. I'm just not positive. I want to confirm that before we pick up the contract, because if I'm wrong, I don't know how you get to this field. So we're gonna head over there, check it out, and discover like, oh hey, it's actually the path from our farm, our yard goes right to it. So we're gonna pick it up, and it pays well. So let's get our bell wrapper and wrap up that contract. And yes, I did it. I did the pun. Anyways, we're gonna yes, do that. And get all those bells wrapped and collect some more money.
I'm moving up to you. The music is fading. I want you tonight. Let's make it happen. I wanna love you tonight. Your body next to mine. And I want
Additionally, I also noticed there's a quick $5,000 cultivating contract that we can knock out real fast. So we're gonna also grab that as well, because I mean, there's a lot of contracts available right now, and we want to get them while they're hot, because that's how we make our money in this. That's how we're gonna grow our business, is those contracts. So let's head over there real quick. I'm gonna set follow me to follow us over there, and we'll have a worker do the cultivating while we head over and do the bell wrap. Well, we got our bell wrapping contract all done, and the worker's still going here, but all that's left is the headlands. So we're gonna take over, we're gonna finish up these headlands real quick, and then we'll collect our money on the contracts and head back to our, well, I guess I can't call it small holding anymore because it has grown a lot. So we'll head back to our place of business. I don't want to call it the farm because the farm is what we plan on buying. So yeah, I guess I need to come up with a name for it, you know, the place that where we live, because it's not the farm, it's not the small want to hold it anymore. So yeah, well, I guess I'll have to figure something out for that. But yes, so we are wrapping up this contract here. So we'll collect our money, head back home, and I think we're in a good spot here where we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode here. So I hope you have been enjoying this series and this video so far. If you have, be sure and hit that like button and leave a comment. Helps out a huge amount. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and hope to see you on the next video as we continue to grow the business and work towards buying the farm. Hello and welcome back here for episode 16 as we are getting ready to stack a ton of bells. We have a bunch of them and that makes me really excited because that is a lot of money. But first we're going to put away our cultivator that we used in the last episode, and then we're going to park our tractor and head over and start stacking these bells. And there is, as I mentioned, a lot of them, which is amazing. I mean, it really is. It's a lot. But yeah, when we're done with the bells, we're going to do several contracts because there actually is some good paying contracts available. So we want to grab those, make some money, because as we're progressing along here, we're going to have to make some big expenditures to grow our business in all the different areas of which we've been expanding. But for now, let's crank up the music and have some fun stacking the bells. All the bales are put away. So next up is we're gonna grab some contracts, and there's a couple we want to grab. One is the bale wrapping for 11,000, and then we have a fertilizing for 14,000. Numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger here. And then we have two harvesting contracts, one for 48 and one for $46,000. So yeah, we're done here. We're gonna be making bank off of these. Now to do these, we're gonna set up a little bit of a we're gonna call it a little train, I guess you could say, of equipment, because we're gonna do all of these contracts at the same time. So let's get our equipment all lined up, and then we're gonna head over to each field and get workers started on each one by one. Alright, so something we're going to need here is another tractor. We're at that point now. So we're going to pick up another tractor. We're going to grab this class because I've been eyeballing it for a little bit now. It's been tempting me, and we're going to give into it because it is a pretty darn good deal. So we're going to pick up the class, and then we're also going to pick up another trailer because we actually need that for, we're going to do the two harvesting contracts, and I want to use my trailers, not the ones they provide, because there is, these are large fields. So we're going to be hauling a lot of crops. Alright, so we are at the spot here where our first two contracts are. So we're going to accept the contracts, but before we do that, we want to make sure we have our spawn point here. So what I'm doing is I'm not accepting the harvesting contracts until we're at the that site. So that way when the equipment spawns, we can spawn it next to the field we're going to be working. Now we'll get a worker going on building up all of those bales. And then while we're doing that, or while they're doing that, we're going to get the first harvesting contract all set up, and we're gonna have a lot of struggle with the the header. Oh yeah, it's just that I almost wanted to edit that out, but you know what, I'll leave it in so that you can identify with the struggles that I had getting this header over to the field. But yeah, we got it there. We got it there eventually. So we're gonna worker going on harvesting that field, and then we're gonna head over to the next contract, which is also a harvesting one, and we'll get a worker started on that after we get the equipment spawned in and everything. And then after that, we're gonna head over and do the last contract ourselves, which is a fertilizing contract. All right, so I had said that we were going to do the fertilizing contract ourselves. We're not going to. I'm going to have a worker do it, and this is because I had not fully thought out something here. Yes, our trailers have unreal capacity. The harvesters do not. So we're going to have to do a lot of carting on this, and I kind of it is kind of making me think that I want to put auto drive in. I have not done it. I know there's a auto drive configs that you can put that are already set up for this map, but the problem with that is I heavily customized that farm that I built. So I would have to do a lot of work on getting the auto drive all set up for that, and that's the whole reason I haven't added auto drive yet, was for that very reason. This right here is making me realize that decision may have not been the best decision. So as a result, I may at some point here, if I have some free time, add auto drive to this, and I will have to work on the config files and get everything adjusted so that it works with this custom farm I have built out here, because it's definitely going to be needed, especially as we continue to do some of these larger harvesting contracts. We're going to really need that. But for now, I'm going to run this bale wrapper back over to the yard because we're all done with the bale wrapping. And I'm going to use this tractor kind of as a runner from in between each contract to kind of just run around and make sure all the harvesters keep on running. So our fertilizing contract is all done. So what I'm going to do is we're going to head over here. I'm going to grab that tractor and set it up on a follow me back over. We'll get it parked because we're all done with that. And then we'll continue on with harvesting the rest of the field. But I think this is actually a really good stopping point for us. So we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode here, and then we'll continue on with these two harvesting contracts in our next episode. So if you have not already, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified of our next episode. Hello and welcome back here for episode 17 as we are continuing on with both of our contracts here. They're both very large harvesting contracts, and right now we need to get both of these harvesters emptied out because they're just sitting there waiting for the grain carts. So we're going to take care of that first on getting both the harvesters emptied out so they can get back to harvesting these crops, and then we're going to head over back to the farm and drop off our older tractor which we were using for the fertilizing contract, and then we'll probably have to come right back out here and empty the harvesters again, because if you do remember, I didn't quite realize, like, oh, these are massive contracts, and these harvesters, yeah, they don't have unreal capacity. I do kind of wish they did. So that is something I might keep in mind, is at some point we're going to want to get a harvesters just for that little bit of unreal capacity, because that really helps out on these large contracts. Also, we're going to paint the trailer because, you know, we're going for a theme for all of our equipment, which involves my favorite color, purple. Yes, it does. All right. I love it. But yeah, we're going with the theme of painting all of our equipment if they can be painted. And my excuse for that, my reason for that is we're gonna call it our advertising. And I think I lost my follower. There he is. I do have to remember to go slower because the follower is in an older tractor that's not as fast as these more modern ones. But we'll get that parked away, put away, and then we're gonna head back over and unload the harvesters again. So this trailer is almost full, so we're going to take a load of this over to the delivery point, and then when we're done with that, I think we're going to move on to the next day, which will be the last part of this month, because it's getting a little dark and a little late, and it'd be a whole lot easier if we could see what we're doing. So let's take this load over and get it delivered, and then we'll move on to the next part of April. Well, this guy came in hot and heavy. I thought he was going to hit me, but he didn't. Somehow, he didn't. But it got about as close as you can get. So with this contract done, we're going to take this over to the other field and use it to speed along the larger contract, because we still have quite a bit to harvest over there, even though we have been going for quite a while.
sing out your frustration. Just say a word. Keep on staring at the pavement. God knows who hurt. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground now. Nothing's gonna save us from our doubts. Nothing's gonna make us spell it out. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. And even if the sky was falling down, you never noticed anyone around. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. But I told you so. Keep on acting out like strangers. Scream out loud. I will go if nothing changes. So change your heart. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground now.
Well, since we have two harvester here to unload here, I'm gonna do something I've always wanted to do, and that is to unload a harvester while unloading another harvester by unloading the first harvester into the second harvester, which then is unloaded into a trailer. Did I say that right? I think I did. Yeah. Anyways, we got it done. Yay! All right. I always wanted to do that. Let's finish up the last of this contract here, and then we can collect all the big paychecks from all of our big contracts.
My kingdom on lockdown. You never give me any chance. Watch me on my way out.
Contracts are all done. We're going to deliver this grain and then collect on our contracts.
Nothing's gonna
And we're going to end up with over $430,000 in the bank, which, considering where we were just a couple episodes ago, that is phenomenal. But that ain't nothing yet. So be sure and subscribe, hit that bell, and continue to watch us as we grow the shop and eventually, hopefully, get enough money to buy the farm. Hello and welcome back here for episode 18 as we continue on with our series here of growing the shop with our goals of eventually getting the money to buy the farm, or maybe borrowing the money. We'll figure it out. But we're going to start off here with doing some more sugar beet harvesting. To do that though, we need to buy another field that is ready for harvest, and we're going to borrow the money to do that. So we're going to head over here, we're going to take out a loan, buy the field, and then we'll start with cutting off the tops, and we'll come back with the harvester and get it all harvested up. And then when we're done with that, we're going to do a little small build here to put in a meat production to help us maximize the profits. And our goal for this piece of land that we're buying here is we're going to use this as kind of building out our somewhat production area to where we can maximize the profits, not just of sugar beets, but also poplars. So as we get more money growing the shop, growing our business, we're going to invest in that to help maximize our money so we can get to that $10 million as fast as possible, because we have a lot we want to do on the farm. But for now, let's crank up the music and have some fun harvesting some sugar beets.
In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I find my way.
was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the
We got the headlands all done, so I'm going to turn this over to a worker, let them continue on with cutting the tops off of the rest of that. We're going to head over here, grab another tractor, grab the harvester, head back over, and start harvesting the sugar beets. And while we're getting this hooked up and headed back over to the sugar beet field to get all the sugar beets harvested, I did want to mention that I have mentioned before that I did record a lot of these videos back in September, including this one. And if my schedule planning is correct, this should be somewhere around the middle of October, I believe, maybe last part of October. And our Vlach Bosnia series, the other series on this channel that we're doing, should be coming to an end here pretty soon. So I want to get your feedback and down in the comments. Let me know. So I'm not sure what maps have come out at the time this video comes out, but is there a map we should do in replace of the Vlach Bosnia series, or should we just wait for the new DLC map, which is coming from Giants, which is the new Scottish map? So let me know down in the comments, and we're going to crank up the music and finish harvesting these sugar beets. And we are all done harvesting this field, so let's get these sugar beets dumped into our trailer. We're going to do a little small build here on this field after we convert it from a field to a big grass pasture. And we're only going to put in one production now. I do plan on putting in more, but this one here is something we can do that's not too expensive, but it does add a lot of value to our sugar beets right away, which is something that we're after because we have a lot of sugar beets and we're about ready to have more because we're going to do another expansion here as soon as we're done with this little build. So let's put in our sugar beet cut production, which will cut those sugar beets, which will increase how much money we get from our sugar beets. And then we're going to, we're all done here. We're going to head over and expand the shop even more and upgrade a piece of our equipment. Alright, so our first upgrade we're going to do here is we're going to sell, actually before we sold the topper, we're going to sell our sugar beet harvester here, and we're going to get a bigger one, but one that is actually narrower, and it has a lot better capabilities, and of course I'm talking about the Colossus. So we're going to get this for harvesting our sugar beets so that it can maneuver around the roads a lot better, and it'll make harvesting sugar beets a lot easier as well. And yes, it's a cheaty one. Yes, it has unreal capacity, and we're gonna go for the little bit slightly unrealistic working with. I know, but hey, you know what? I'm just here to have fun, so we're just gonna have fun with it, and that's why we're going with purple. Yep, that's my reason. So we're going to finance this, and we're also going to have to sell some stuff to raise enough money to get the land that we want to purchase, because we need about another $100,000. So we're going to sell our silage, and then we're also taking a load of sugar beets to cut sugar beets and get those sold as well. And that should give us enough money to buy our next field. Now, I did waste a little bit of money buying that header trailer because we really don't need it, because the header for our sugar beet harvester is about the same width as the machine, so we really don't need a header trailer for that. So we're gonna get our equipment put away, get everything set up, and but before we can do anything, we're gonna need to sell some silage to raise the funds to buy our field. So let's grab our pickup, grab our trailer, get it loaded up with all our silage bales, get those sold, and hopefully when we're all said and done here, we're gonna make enough money to buy the field. All right, with that load of cut sugar beets, we now have enough money to buy their next field, which is going to be over here on the edge of the farm. It's one of the fields that doesn't come with the farm, so we can buy it, and we do want to have it, so we're going to pick that up, and it is full of sugar beets, which are ready to harvest. So we're going to head back over here to the shop and grab our new sugar beet harvester, head over there, and get set up for harvesting those sugar beets. But we will pick that up in the next episode. So I'm gonna thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and be sure and hit that like button and subscribe so you get notified of our next episode. Hello and welcome back here for episode 19 as we are continuing on with our series of getting to $10 million so we can buy the farm. And we're continuing where we left off in the last episode of getting this field all harvested. Now, since the last episode, I did add auto drive. I've been saying that I need it for a while. Well, it's finally done. I went through and got, I hope, everything programmed out, ready to go. So hopefully it should work. And we're going to test it here in this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here on the headlands, and then we're going to turn it over to a worker, let them finish that up, and then I'm going to grab the trailer, take the first load over and get that unloaded, and then we're going to let the hopefully worker using auto drive cart the rest of this. Hopefully this works. We will soon find out, but for now let's crank up the music and finish harvesting this field. Alright, so moment of truth here with auto drive. Let's test it out here, make sure it works, make sure it unloads correctly, and it looks like it does. Yay! So we're going to let this carry on here with the worker doing the carting. We already have another worker harvesting, so we should be good for the sugar beets. So I'm going to race back to our shop area here and grab another tractor, and then part of the way there I am going to notice that the auto drive is taking a unique course through the shop yard and not the fastest way to that field. So I'm going to open the fence up so they can get out because they're taking a very scenic route back to the field. But you know what? It works, and that's really all that matters. Now, while they're taking that very scenic route, we're going to pick up a couple of contracts. One is going to be a fertilizing. We're also going to do a bell wrapping and a cultivating contract, which pays $42,000. So yes, we want to pick that one up. Also, I'm going to swap out our front weight because the one we have, the purple, even though it is the same purple, it's different. And I don't want different because, you know, it's important for our brand image that we have this purple, be the same, even if it is the same, but it's not the same. Oh boy, I'm going to stop that before I get more confused. But let's continue on with getting these contracts started up here, and hopefully everything goes well for our two workers that are harvesting the sugar beets and carting that around. right, the bell wrapping contract is all done. We still have the fertilizing contract going, but we're going to grab the cultivator here with this tractor. But before we do that, we're going to repaint it to the correct color, which of course is purple. Yes. Now this is a very large field, and there are a couple of large fields here, so we're going to go ahead and pick up a second cultivator, so that way we can knock out these contracts that pay the big money, and in some cases we might be able to do 2 fields at once. So it's a good investment, definitely worth it. Now we're going to steal the tractor that is doing the carting, because we're pretty much almost done with that field, and we're going to have it help us on completing the cultivating contract. Now, before we get too far on that though, I am going to change out the front weight on that tractor as well, because, well, it's the wrong color. Yes, it needs to be purple. Yep. And also I want it to be I like the weight that I'm using. So we're gonna switch that weight out and put on all of our, high horsepower tractors, our big boys. So let's get that swapped out, and then we'll get started on the cultivating contract. I think I need to do better screening on the people I hire, because wow, I don't know why they went up that hill into the trees. But anyways, got the workers going here. They are cultivating the field here, so we're gonna hop in our truck, head over to the other tractor that was working on the fertilizing, and they are all done with that. So we're gonna take that tractor back to the shop and then grab a trailer and unload the final load of sugar beets. All right, the worker is all done harvesting. However, there's still a little bit left there. So we're gonna grab that real quick, and then we will empty our load of sugar beets into the trailer, and we're going to pick up a sugar beet contract. And this will be a good test, because if you do remember, we did do a sugar beet contract before with our old harvester. And one of the challenges we have with that is navigating the roads with that thing, because it was pretty wide. This one is not as wide, so it should work a lot better. This will be kind of our test, because it is actually on the far side of the map. So this would be a good test of this machine to see if it will do what we need to do, which is to be able to get to the fields to do those contracts to make some good money from sugar beets. So let's get set up. Let's head over there, get started on harvesting that field. Now, 2 things while we're heading over there I did want to mention real quick is, if you've been enjoying this series and this video, be sure and hit that like and leave a comment. It really helps out a lot. Also, while heading over there, we are going to notice that our workers, man, oh man, they need some help, and these ones especially need some help because they just don't run into each other. They haven't figured out how to like go around. Evidently, that's not in their level of learning yet. So we're going to let them get restarted and then collide again. And yes, that's how it goes. Anyways, it appears they are running, but I'm going to hold off on one of them from continuing on until the other worker gets a little bit ahead so that we can avoid these collisions for a little bit, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we're going to continue on over to the field that we're going to harvest and get started on that. Now that hopefully I got the workers squared away to where they're far enough apart where they won't run into each other. We got the sugar beets delivered from our field to the cut sugar beet production thingy. That's my new word of the day, thingy. We're going to pick up a couple more contracts. There's some bill wrapping contracts. We might as well grab those because they're easy, they're quick, and they're some quick, fast money. Additionally, we're also going to pick up a sewing contract because why not? It pays money. Why would we not do it? So let's grab our planter and head out there and get that field all planted.
I can hear myself think. Now every day since I woke up, I can finally see I'm alright. Demons
So we're going to grab our stereo here and have it start the bell wrapping contract. So we'll head over there, get that tractor started with a helper, and then we're going to head over and start unloading the sugar beet harvester. But I think this is actually a good point here where we can stop, and we will pick up as we finish off in the next episode of all these contracts, including all the bell wrapping contracts, the harvesting contracts, and the cultivating contracts. So be sure and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified of future episodes, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello and welcome back here for episode 20 as we continue on where we left off with our workers still not learning how to drive or do anything. It's becoming a little frustrating, but you know what? It's allowing us to do multiple contracts, so we're dealing with it. As painful as it is, we are dealing with it as the guys drive in circles. But we're going to let these workers get back to it, and then we're going to head over because we need to empty out the sugar beet harvester because we have been doing multiple contracts at once, which has been why we are putting up with the workers. As painful as it is, they are allowing us to get a lot done at once and make some big money. And I mean some really good big money. So let's take this over and we're gonna get this sugar beets delivered to the sell point so we can start working towards completing that contract. And looks like the cultivating work is almost done as well. But for now, let's crank up the music, get this sugar beets delivered, and finish up the month of April. So I thought I'd be smart here because I did put auto drive in, and I did create, well, edit some courses specifically around my farmyard or the shop and also the custom farm I built. However, as I realize here, it is not necessarily optimized the best way that I personally would like for getting to the fields along this road here. So as much as I would have loved to use auto drive for this, it's going to be a little bit challenging because it's not taking what I think is the best path. So I may have to do some more tweaking with auto drive in the future, but that's going to be future me. For now, let's continue getting this sugar beet harvester emptied out and delivering that and checking in on the other contracts. So we got the workers heading back to our farm with the cultivators. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna park the trailer here right now on a slope. We're gonna head back over and grab our other tractor, which is out in the fields doing some bell wrapping because we still have 2 more bell wrapping contracts to knock out. with that load delivered, we're gonna take a break from the sugar beet carding and head over to the other field where we're doing the bell wrapping. We're gonna park here for a moment, head up here, grab our tractor, and move it over to the last bell wrapping contract so we can get that knocked out, and then we'll wrap up the rest of the sugar beet harvesting and then collect all that money, which is gonna be good. It's gonna be some good money, which is good because I spent a lot of money in the last couple episodes, but you know what? Our shop is growing a lot. Now, in regards to the plans I have for the next couple episodes, I think what we're going to do on this is we'll be moving through a couple of months pretty quickly, where we can just focus more on harvesting the fields that we have set up and adding and growing the farm. So we might skip a couple of months here and there just to make sure we can keep this moving along and get to that $10 million much quicker. Well, I decided to hopefully make this a little bit easier on carting the sugar beets. We're going to grab our second tractor and trailer and head over and use both of them. That way I can ensure like this will be our last delivery of sugar beets for this contract. Well, even though we didn't get a ton in this trailer, I am still glad we brought the second trailer, cause yeah, that would have sucked to be that much short and have to make a second trip for 30,000 liters. So yes, definitely glad I did this. So let's head this over, get it delivered, and complete our contract, and then collect our big payday. Contracts are all done, and it is time to collect the big payday. And we did a ton of contracts this month, so we're gonna collect all of those. And if you include also the little bit extra we made from the sugar beets, we made a total of $145,000, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. Now we're gonna wrap it up here, and we'll pick it up in the next episode, which we may move forward a couple months. We'll see where we're at. Again, I think the plan going forward is we'll keep doing contracts, but we'll skip forward in time until we have some work to do on the fields that we own. That way we can keep this moving along and hopefully get to that $10 million much quicker. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode.